Hello everyone, today we have fresh video review with, let's say, fresh release from Eduard. As you can see, it's a reissue of the DH-2 model kit in 1/48 scale. And here we have this nice box. Here you can see comparison with my hand, so it's not that big. Nevertheless, it's ProfiPack edition, so inside we can expect some additional bonuses which would make model more detailed and maybe assembly a bit easier. Here you can see marking options. There are 4 of them included, 1, 2, 3, 4 as you can see. And on the other side there is some information about the kit, so it's written that assembled model would have a model length of 160 mm and wingspan of the 180 mm, and inside there are 84 plastic parts, PE parts, express mask, and of course it's made in Czech Republic. So this is a top opening box, and that's what we have inside. 2 sprues as far as you can see, and that's pretty much all. So just give me a second to open it. Okay, here it is. No, actually there are 3 plastic sprues, but first let's check this one. I would zoom a camera for you. Yes, now camera focuses, and you can see beautiful wings which are molded as one piece. Here is one and here is the second one. Note that this one is molded together with this bottom part, I would say. And here we have fuselage, let's say, parts, fuselage halves. Here is one and here is another one together with landing gear wheels. Here is one and here is the second. And pilot seat, for example, is here. Overall molding quality is quite nice. I don't see any possible problems. I don't see flash. Even though molding forms are quite old and quite famous, molding quality is quite nice, and I think it would work out on the assembled model. Here you can see the internal detailization. It's quite minor, but nevertheless I think it will be enhanced with help of PE parts. Next we have plastic parts with some plastic sprue with some tender parts. As you can see, there's quite thin lines would have to be carefully separated from the sprue. Nevertheless, attachment points are quite thin, so I guess there should be no worries about careful separation of these elements. And here you can see some other minor parts which would have to be added on the model. All parts look quite nice and no complaints at all here. Last but not the least is a sprue which contains some other small parts. For example, here we have 2 types of the propeller. Both are molded as one piece. Tail wing as a one piece, engine part, then we have rudder, then we have some ignition lines, and some other external elements. Everything looks more or less nice. I mean, for 1/48 scale this should be quite a beautiful model, but it would require some attention, and obviously I would say this is not a kit for the beginners, because there are plenty of small parts and there are plenty of PE parts. You would see them now. So PE parts are packed as usual into a nice bag with cardboard inside, and here you can see all of those. Even the pilot seat is, let's say, offered as a PE alternative, so I guess it would be nice to see more up to scale part on your model. And of course here is a small film which should be used for the windscreen and for the windshield. There are 2 of them, so you have 2, let's say, possible tries. Then we have masks which are packed into the separate plastic bag. You can see them here. It's a typical Eduard product, so nothing special here in a good sense, I would say. Then we have decal sheet, which is, there is only one sheet included. Just give me a second to open it. And here you see it. So decals were printed by Eduard itself. Nevertheless, it means that quality would be quite nice, and you can see it with your own eyes Even the small symbols are carefully printed, so I hope it would be easy to apply this as well. And again, last but not the least, is assembly manual, which is printed in form of this nice small brochure with short history note on the first page. Whole manual is printed in glossy paper, and then we have parts map on the second page and assembly process explained in traditional Eduard schemes. Then we have marking guides, which are printed in colors, so it should be quite helpful, I would say. And here we have rigging guide and also masks application guide. Note that some masks would be even used for the marking options. So that's all for the DH-2 kit from the Eduard. Nevertheless, don't forget to check full video, not full video, but full article on our website. And as usual, I would like to invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel and like our Facebook group. So see you soon in the next video review.